Is Las Vegas different than life on the East Coast? Well, obviously that's going to depend a little on where you're from, because the East Coast kind of represents a huge chunk of the United States. But if you have never been to Las Vegas, or if you've only come as a tourist, you may never have thought about what it's like to actually live here. You didn't get the full picture. You didn't get the full spectrum. All you really saw was the tourist neighborhood. But what are the differences between living on the East Coast and living here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada? Well, that's what we're going to talk about all through this video. And gosh, it's almost getting close to winter, and I'm still walking around in shorts and a short sleeve shirt. So who knows? Maybe there are some differences. That's what we're going to do in this video when we dive in. So, are you ready for the battle of Las Vegas, Nevada versus living on the East Coast? Well, you know it's about to get really exciting, exhilarating. You're pumped, I'm pumped. So sit down, buckle up, and get ready, because here we go! Hey everybody, it's your host here, Dave Baker, once again from VegasAgents.com, coming to you today from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, but in a residential neighborhood where you may never have even been before. That's okay, because that's what these videos are all about. I'm going to talk all about what it's like to live, to work, to eat, to sleep, to play, and to just have the best life ever here in Las Vegas. Now, if it's your first time on the channel, it's crucial that you tap that little subscribe button and you click that little bell, so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video all about what it is like here in Las Vegas. Today's topic, as I mentioned, is going to be living on the East Coast versus living in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, if you are thinking about moving out here, of course, you have got to reach out to the team. Super easy, okay? All you have to do is send me an email, send me a text message, give us a call on the phone. Or if you want, you can go down in the description, jump on the calendar, and we will set a time to help you get the ball rolling. Okay, so let's dive into today's topic. I'm pretty excited. So let's go through some of my top items that are not just my opinion, but what some people have brought up to me recently when they came here, or when I spoke to them about their time on the East Coast or living on the East Coast, and that can mean a lot of different states, versus living here, or what they're looking for, in Las Vegas. Now, obviously, I know, look, if you're an East Coast person, that includes a lot of states, right? Obviously, you could be from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland. You could be from the Carolinas, Tennessee, Florida. I mean, there are a lot of different places, and I realize that those places are different. Florida is not New York, okay? I know New Jersey is not New York either, so let's all slow down. There are a lot of places you could be from. Georgia, Tennessee, so many great places out there. But today, I'm going to kind of lump them together a little bit so we can draw some broad strokes and talk about the differences. All right, now, let's talk about one of the most popular reasons people move to Nevada. Number one, no state income tax. If you're watching this video from Florida, I understand you also don't have personal income taxes there. I do. And if you're watching from Tennessee, I understand that you have a different setup here. But Las Vegas and Nevada, the state, is generally known as a place that has a low tax burden for people. And since we use the term tax burden, I would think that that kind of says a little something. So that's a major draw for a lot of people right off the bat. It comes up quite a bit, especially if you're moving from somewhere like New York City, right, where you have multiple taxes. It's possible in some places where you might live, you might even have city taxes or metro taxes. So once again, that's a huge advantage. All right, we have to get through one more thing that always comes up in conversation. Number two, the weather. Again, if you're from Florida, you might have generally okay weather throughout the year. But what you have there is humidity. Trust me, I've been to Miami and I definitely felt the humidity. But no matter where you're from on the East Coast, the weather is likely different than the mild climate here in Nevada. As you know, Las Vegas is located in the desert. So yes, it can be hot in the summer. I always say there are 3 rough months a year, but there are 9 great months of good weather. And that is something that I think a lot of people who come from places that snow, where they cannot wear shorts and a short sleeve shirt this time of year, will really appreciate. So one thing to remember is that this is a drier climate. It's a milder climate in general. We cannot wear shorts all year round. I know some people do, but you definitely have opportunity to go outside all year round. If you ride a motorcycle, you can use it all year round. There's just a couple days of rain. There is something called monsoon season, but it is very limited and sometimes doesn't occur at all. So, all right, we had to get items number 1 and 2 off the list quickly because those always come up. All right, let's move on and keep counting. Item number 3 on the list, the outdoor environment. Las Vegas, once again, is in the desert. Do you see that beautiful rock formation behind me? That is actually a different kind of beauty than you might be accustomed to, right? Because on the East Coast, you have a lot of greenery, you have more rain, you have a different environment. It's like if you were coming from Portland, Oregon, which is on the West Coast. It's a very green environment, it's lush, and overall, the view that you see on a daily basis is significantly different. This is not a secret. So what you have here is a lot of desert environment, but you still do get great opportunities for hiking, biking, walking, and again, you can enjoy the outdoors year round. We can go for a walk almost all the time. Do I ever wear a down jacket? Sure, I do, but that's just because I like them. Does that mean that I need to wear it? Is it so cold that I need heavy East Coast jackets in the winter? No, it's not something we need here. Does it ever snow? It has snowed in Las Vegas, if you were to look at a farmer's almanac, but it mostly would only snow on Mount Charleston, which is where people go skiing. So yes, there is skiing in Las Vegas. So the outdoor environment is definitely different. I have a friend who is a rock climber. He always brings up the environment. He's very concerned about his ability to scale rocks and such. And this is a place where he can go outdoors all year round. So if you are an outdoor enthusiast, okay, this is a great place for that. Now in the summer, it's tough, but you already knew that. All right, let's talk about item number 4 on the list, expenses. So first of all, there is a sales tax in the state of Nevada. Clark County has its own taxes as well, so there are sales taxes when you purchase things. We do have property tax in this state, but the property tax as compared to what is seen in many other states is actually quite reasonable. That is an opinion, but let's say hypothetically, it was 1% of your home's value. How does that compare with what you're paying? There are places such as Florida where property taxes are over 2%, and there are some other well-known states where you have a significant number of additional property taxes that go to things like schools and repairs and roads and all the bonds that are passed. But here, we generally see a rate around 1%. That can vary by your neighborhood, the development. There are these things called SIDS and LIDs, and those are things that you will want to check out at the time of purchase. If you purchase a brand new home, it might be different than purchasing a resale home. Okay, additionally, there's one unique thing here that I think is a little high, and that is going to be your car's registration. They do compensate for not having income tax with a higher car registration. By the way, I hope as you watch this, you are soaking in some of these homes behind me. There's some beautiful homes here. This one behind me is spectacular and massive. Wowzers. Okay, on the other side, once again, is that desert environment. Let's move on to the next item on the list, and that's going to be the types of houses. So generally speaking, in this part of Nevada, you see a lot of homes that are a brownish color, or mauve, that's another brownish color, taupe, tan, those types of colors. We do have gray and black houses. We have houses that have architectural tiles, and different types of tile roofs. You'll notice a lot of tile roofs. You'll notice a lot of stucco on frame construction. Additionally, you will note that houses don't have, for lack of a better term, a massive number of windows. Many houses have great light and great windows and great heat shielding in the windows. But when you look at some homes, they don't have as many windows as homes I've seen in some other areas where the sun can come in all year round. Or rather, they have so many windows that they get a large number of light. Now, this is just based on some homes that I see. There are certainly many homes that have a great amount of light, but it was something I was thinking about recently. So when you are looking at a home, think about the lighting, the windows, and what you're looking for. Also with the homes, something you get a lot of are swimming pools. A lot of people here have swimming pools. There are some water restrictions and new ones coming in, but that has to do with the size of your swimming pool. Depending on the age of the home you purchase, you might be able to get a home that has a well-established history where you have multiple water features, right? So there could be a certain number of water features at your home, such as a swimming pool, a fountain, and things like that. One more thing I want to mention about the houses is there are a lot of large houses available and smaller homes. So it's not like moving to a dense place where you have a large number of small homes. You can still purchase homes, including those that have horse property, where you could have horses. Those exist. But you have an opportunity to purchase a larger home, if that's what you're looking for a large family, of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 square feet or more. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes people ask me if people here live in condos and things like that. But that is what I want to talk about in the next item. And that's going to be population density. So as I read about other places, and I have been to other places, for example, I have read that New Jersey has the greatest population density in the United States, in a single state. Well, here, while you have an ever-growing population, that doesn't mean that we're all stacked on top of each other, okay? You still have homes that have some really nice yards, and not all of them are 40 years old, okay? Some are built in the last 10 or 15 years, where you'll have really nice yards, sizable yards, where you can have a swimming pool, a cabana, a putting green. You can have all kinds of things in your backyard, enough to make it so that you want to stay home, perhaps. Work from home, who knows, take the day off, whatever opportunities you have. If you have an amazing backyard, it sure can make life a little bit more enjoyable. All right. Speaking of population density, you don't have an urban core. You do not have a city center where people live, which is something you see in a place like perhaps New York. Obviously, New York City, very well known. Nashville, Tennessee has some sort of city center if you're coming from there. Atlanta, you're going to have things like that there as well. Obviously, if you live in different parts like Maryland, you live in Baltimore or any of these other larger places, you do have some density. Here, you have a mix of locations. Like I said, you do have some opportunities to have horse property. You have opportunities to have large lots, but we don't have an urban core where majority of people go to work every day or a majority of people live in a walking environment. Keep that in mind. There is not a dense urban center here. Do we have a place called downtown Las Vegas? Yes, but that is for locals and tourists to go have fun. There are some condos available there if you are interested in condo living. Make sure to reach out to us and let us know what you're looking for. When you send me an email or send me a text message, let me know if you're looking for condo living. I like condo living. It's low maintenance, generally speaking. It's what a lot of us like. We do have condos here, we do have townhouses, but you don't have a city center with a large stack, a large, dense, compressed area with thousands of units of condos like you see in many big cities. Like I said, New York City, or even Portland, Oregon, and the famous Pearl District over there. So that is a big difference. I think a lot of people are surprised to see that. We do have numerous neighborhoods here, from Southern Highlands to Summerlin to Mountain's Edge. We have so many choices from amazing neighborhoods. So, what do you think the next item on our list is going to be when talking about the differences between living in the East Coast and living here in Las Vegas, Nevada? Well, this may or may not apply to your specific location, but here in Las Vegas, this will be the next item on the list. A majority of people who live in Las Vegas were not born and raised in Las Vegas. I don't have an official statistic on this, but It has been said, and I have read several times, that around 1/4 of people, or 25% who live here, were born and raised in Las Vegas. Now, when I talk to my East Coast friends, people from Philly, people from Newark, people from all parts of different states. New Jersey, I hear about Cherry Hill, Sewell. Georgia, I hear about Athens. I hear about all these different places, Marietta. People in Florida, so proud of where they're from. Well, people here who are born and raised here are certainly proud of being born and raised here, but there aren't that many people that were born and raised here. Many people have come to Nevada for a new life, and that is probably because some of the things we mentioned, like the weather, like the tax situation. It draws a lot of people. There is also a transient crowd here, but what that means is people come here, they live for a few years, and they leave. But does that mean you can't make amazing friends? No. You can build some amazing relationships, and I know people who've been here for many years, including myself, who absolutely love it. And it's great. You meet a lot of great people. But when you meet someone who's born and raised here, well, they're super nice, and they have this energy about them, and they're super proud of being from here. There's actually even a local chain called Born and Raised. I'd love to show you this park right now. You may have seen it in my videos before. It's really beautiful. We have a lot of parks here, and people, again, are surprised about that. It always catches me off guard. They say, you have parks in the desert? Yes, we have parks in the desert. So it's not all desert, it's not all sand and tumbleweed, but if you want that, there are some tours you could take. If that's something you're interested in, by the way, some people have asked me about travel here in Las Vegas. Reach out to me. I can send you a link to a travel agency that can help with tours for people who are looking for different types of experiences and going to the Strip and such. Of course, if you are coming out to Las Vegas, we do have a referral for people who can hopefully get you a great deal on a hotel for the time when you're out here looking around for your new place. Okay, so those are some of the key things I wanted to mention. So let's go over the takeaways from this video quickly. What are some of the key differences between Las Vegas and the East Coast in general? You've got the no taxes. That's no personal state income tax. We have the next item, the weather. We have talked about the types of houses, the urban density or the lack of urban density here in Las Vegas. And we have talked about the fact that many people who live in Las Vegas are not from Las Vegas. As maybe where you live, people were born and raised and are staying exactly where they're from. Okay, so if you are thinking about moving out here to Las Vegas, Nevada, or anywhere in Nevada, including Reno, I want you to get in touch with me. Whether you're thinking about Vegas, Henderson, up north, Reno, Sparks, Minden, Gardnerville, anywhere in Nevada, you've got to reach out to the team because that is what we do. We love to help bring people to the battle-born state of Nevada. And if you didn't know, that is the state's logo, battle-born. So, what you got to do, it's very easy. Send me an email, send me a text message, give me a call, or get on the calendar. Go down to the description. You're going to get on the calendar, and then what do you do after that? You're going to sign up for the Living in Las Vegas newsletter. It's in the description. Now, of course, don't forget, and I'm sure you've already done this, you've given me a little thumbs up, you click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know every time I put out a new video all about incredible Las Vegas, Nevada. For those of you who join me over and over again, I definitely appreciate you being one of my viewers, and I hope that I get to see you when you come out to Vegas. And if you already live here, that's even more awesome. Appreciate you watching. But if you're ready to make the move or get the ball rolling for when the time is right for you, make sure you reach out to us. Okay, everybody, I cannot wait to talk to you in the next video, and I've got some good, exciting ones coming out all about living in Vegas, Nevada. Now, this is your host, Dave Baker from VegasAgents.com. Take care.